This is all the mods 10. We're getting the ATM Star is the whole goal of the mod pack. And every episode up to this point has been about trying to complete that goal. Will we succeed or will we fall short? What to do? We have the Chain of Souls and the Abyssal Sacrifice left, and then we'll be able to craft every component for the star. So I think the Abyssal Sacrifice will be what we go for first, just because it is very simple and doesn't require that many steps. We're just gonna need some containment jars, tablets of containment, and the ritual brazier. Can't remember if we need a source jar for this or not. Wanna say no? But anyways, for this sacrifice, both the items we're gonna need, being the coral chunk and this mini sword, can both be found in the exact same structure, which would be the sunken city. And we got one about 3,000 blocks away, so that shouldn't take us too long to find. And the structure is pretty hard to miss, so we'll just need to make our way in, but be very careful of anything that might want to hurt us. And there's a lot of stuff in here, that being one thing we need. Ow! Oh, please don't be good in water. Okay, he doesn't like water. So I'll just set up that right there, that jar, and containment tablet, right click, and that's not the guy I wanted to capture. Okay, we'll have to try that again. We'll keep the deepling, because I think those things will come in handy later, but we need to try and get this big guy in. No, don't hurt me. Activate, and you're inside. So I'll pick that up, that. And then, is this the other guy we're looking for? No, it is not. Neither are you. Ooh, bat wings. We're gonna need that for next episode, which you will not want to miss. What are you doing? Oh, you're the guy we're looking for. You see the sword in his hand right there? That's what we need. So you're gonna try to lock onto me, and that will mean I can place down my stuff and activate. Get it? Yes! Okay, you guys can just go away. And I actually believe that's everything we need. Well, this is kind of cool. Oh, and holy shit, go away, sir. Oh, you're not getting one shot. Go away. And then just you. Okay, can I have a moment of peace now? Hey, it's one of the items we need. But as I was saying, the Leviathan spawnage thing, who we will not be fighting. Oh, and is this another guy? Ah, it's another one. Well, seeing as we have one captured. Oh, I don't want to get hit by that. Did that guy drop his sword? Yes, he did. Which means I can create the sacrifice. Ah, very easy. And then back at home, I can place you down and you down. And as long as you two do your thing, and I quickly add the sword and the coral chunk to our blacklist, I hope this chest will fill up with it. Yeah, with the chunks and the swords. Oh, but these swords don't stack. Well, that's all right. We'll only need about 18 of them. So that's the sacrifice done, which means now for the Chain of Souls. And we're going to need to look around the overworld to find the Starlight portal rooms. And if I am correct, over in the snow biome somewhere, we have ourselves one of the portals. So I'll just need to talk to you, who will drop me my book and a pearl. And if I right click this orb of prophecy on the portal, it'll open itself up. I have no idea what we're going to see on the other side here. Yeah, a lot of water. This is not what I was expecting. I hope this isn't an entire water world, because if this is, it's gonna suck. What's this thing? A floating light. All right then. Oh, hello. That's a pretty big mountain. Well, as soon as we found land, let's grab our explorer's compass, and we're looking for one structure called the Cursed Garden. And we got one about 1,600 blocks away. I was actually thinking it would be farther than that. And this is a cool looking biome. And there is the structure we're looking for. And it has quite a few loot chests in it, but I don't think we need any of these items. And there is the boss. I don't like how you're flying there, bud. Oh wait, you're not. You're just a very long thing. But before we do anything, I want to grab these module frameworks because I'm going to need to grab you and then also this long stick thingy from the base. Because if you try to click anywhere else, it'll tell you it doesn't exist. So let's make sure we get these put into the deep learner. And then from what I'm told, this little vine string thing should be super easy to beat. And then those will be simple. But where did the main boss go? Hello? Well, I definitely didn't defeat it. And we got a loot bag, which I don't want to open just yet. But I really don't understand where this boss went. The health bar is still there. So it is around here somewhere. Ah! Here we go. Didn't know it could leave that center area. But to defeat this boss, we're actually going to need a flint and steel. Because if we try to swing at him, as you can see, we're doing no damage. We actually have to set this guy on fire, and then we can swing at him. Just like that. And another loot bag. So let's store those for later. And then we just need to go find one more. Okay, and here is the last one. And there's a lot of random mobs here. What are you? Hello, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna move away from that. But you can get set on fire and just go away. And it's actually very nice. We get 2 loot bags from fighting that guy. I'll explain more why later. But now with these 2 modules done and ready to go, once we get back home, I can place one of you in here, speed it up a little bit, and we can select whether we want the trapped soul or the vines, which we'll need both of to go into the chain of souls. So I'll go with the vine for this one. And then if we have any other blank ones, I don't think we need any more ender pearls. So I'll swap you out for now. Oh, and this guy's got many options. We have the souls and the petals. Well, I'll take the souls, but then we're going to need one more for the petal. And with 1.8 million rotten flesh, I think this one can get swapped out. So give me one last framework, and then we can just go find our last lunar monstrosity. These really aren't as strong as I thought they were, but there we go. And that will give us everything we need to make our chain of lost souls. And with that done, everything for the Atm Star says it's now done. Or so we think. Because even though this dark tank of eclipsed ember fuel says it's done, we haven't actually made the fuel. We've only made the dark tanks for our altar here. And that fuel can actually be pretty complicated with all the steps you need to do, starting with the catalyst and water. And with how much of this stuff we're going to need, we're not just going to do this, like how we get the time fluid. I'm going to actually want to set up some automation for it. So we'll need to figure out the water and how to automatically place that down. And for that, we're going to use the advanced fluid placer. And then to pick up the polymorphic fluid, we're going to use the advanced fluid collector. And all of this is fairly simple thanks to our auto crafting system. And the only thing I'm going to need is a place to put this. And I think I'll go down below this room here, as we don't have much set up in this area, which means this room should work perfectly. I'll just create little hallways in each direction. And then inside the walls, I'll start to set all of this up. And one thing that's really nice about the advanced versions is that once you place them down, you can actually move where you want the items to be placed. And to keep the water from flowing out in different directions, I'm just going to use red stained glass. We'll just need to pump the water directly in. And then now we need to figure out the catalyst, which we do have being auto-crafted. However, we don't have the blaze gold automated, which is the raw version put through a smelter, and then mined from the crystal thing, which is made out of gold blocks and goo. And the gold blocks aren't a problem. Neither is the goo. We'll just now need a way to create those items. So we'll need a placer, a clicker, and a breaker. We don't have to replace this goo at all. We'll just need one of these items that it circles through to be clicked on it. So that's where the clicker comes in, right there. Then we're going to need the placer to be done like that. However, I'm going to want the direction to place on the south block. So if I go like this and add in some gold. Well, that's not what I wanted that to do. It should have just placed on the cobblestone. Maybe let's try north. No, that does the same thing. Maybe do I have to move this back onto here? No, not looking like it. Not sure why it's doing that. Oh, okay, I got it. We need to select this compare NBT, and then we need to drag in a piece of cobblestone, as that's the block we have set up behind, and the gold will automatically start placing in. Then we just need to set up the clicker and have it autocraft skulk, which is done with the crafting card. And then you just need the recipe in your pattern terminal. And we'll want it to right click a block, and there we go. It'll start doing its thing. And that actually goes pretty quick. And that's our raw blazing gold. Now we just need to break that and then make sure the only thing that is allowed is the blaze gold itself. And then we'll just need some pickaxes that are unbreakable. And each one of those will need a fortune book, as fortune actually works on these raw ore pieces. So we'll just throw one in there, and you can see it drops multiple every single time, and the whole process just gets repeated. However, this setup will just infinitely keep going unless I set this button here to high with a ME level emitter. And I'll want this to emit when levels are below, I'll say 200. And then we just need to add our blazing gold in there. So this will start doing its thing now. I don't know why it placed a piece of skulk up there. So we'll just change this to north. So it right clicks the back of this block and can't actually place down because of the cobblestone. So now we'll just need one item collector that will have just collecting the gold. And then we just import it directly into the system, which means now all we should have to do is make a pattern to auto smelt the blazing gold, which will make the polymorphic catalyst fully automated. And then all we'll have to do is make an advanced sensor and an advanced dropper. So I'll put the dropper right there with the export bus doing our catalyst. Again, some speed upgrades and a crafting card. Actually, I might not need the sensor. So if I turn this on and I set it to water, if I give it power, okay, no, that doesn't work. Oh, hello. But you can see here, it continuously drops that stuff. But that isn't what I want it to do. So we'll change this to pulse. And then when I throw the sensor there, I want it detecting water. And then have this part set to greater than and watching this block here. Because now once I set the area for the collector with the polymorphic fluid bucket, it'll automatically collect. And over here, as soon as it detects water, drops one catalyst. And that'll just keep doing its thing for now. Until I once again go and change this to high, set another level emitter up, and then set the fluid up to, I'll say 20 buckets. Well, that filled itself up fairly quickly. So we'll just import you. And once we get further down the line, we can actually change this over to our Eclipse Ember Fuel. But now for the next steps, the liquid is pretty much the same all the way down, just requiring different types of ores to be thrown in. Like example, the Eclipse Ember, which is made out of the ore made from Void Flame coal, which is converted with goo from Blaze Ember, made out of primal coal, converted from coal. So this really shouldn't be too difficult. And that's done. This took a little longer than I thought, and it was more complicated. I even had to create a second side over here for transforming the unrefined liquid into the refined version using some goo. But I haven't tested it yet, as we still need to add the power. So with that done, I don't know why it's not working, because that's not going either. Everything has power, and we got up to the unfired blaze ember fuel going, and needs to change into the blaze. Well, I didn't forget to set it up, and this is full, so why aren't you placing? And that is set up where it's supposed to be. So just place. Okay, there we go. This needs to be set to deny. Not allow. So let's just re-put down our power. And then this will be the same, which will transform the liquid. And then this process should get going. Oh, that's not correct. Neither is that. So just little things I'll need to fix. And then I'll be making the Eclipse fuel non-stop. And then with this level emitter, we'll collect up to 288 Eclipsed Ember fuel, which is the equivalent of 18 of these dark tanks. So let's just grab one of those. Then if we build in this little area here, a nice place to put down this dark tank, we can put acceleration cards and then the Eclipsed Ember fuel into the export bus, which will automatically fill up these tanks, which now means every single piece for the All the Mod Star is ready to go. So let us begin crafting everything we need to make ourselves the All the Mods Star. Oh, but the Patrick Star is not crafted in the crafter. We need a runic star altar, requiring the loot bag from the monstrosity that we got earlier in the episode. And then we just need the quantum injector made with the dust and quantum cores, which are very simple to make. Let's grab 4 of these. Then I can just throw all of those in, give this a whack, and that's our quantum injector. Now just for these Z-Logic controllers. They are very simple. We'll just need a slice and splice, which uses this and just a random skull. Cool. I'll throw that right there for now. And then I'll take one of our capacitors and I'll just add it in here. Then just a random axe that we have, a pair of shears that I will go ahead and make unbreakable. Do I really not have zombie heads? No, I don't. Okay, so let's swap this out for now. Throw this in, speed you up, and then I'll just grab a handful of those and throw them in. Oh wait, you don't get heads from here either. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Is there a simple way to craft these? Zombie essence and Link's skull, or a skeleton skull into our infusion altar. Simple enough. So let's get that going. And that should be everything I need for the altar. The only question I have is, does it have to be the one that says it's from the lunar monstrosity, or will this loot bag work? Let's just get that thrown down. And then it's just our relics. What? Oh, we need something in the center here, which is a block of polished darkstone. So please tell me this will work. I have a feeling this bag is the wrong one. No, it's not. Okay, so we got all our relics. We have the 2 Enderium gears. We have our 2 Z-Logic controllers, our dust. Oh, the injector. Let's put that down. Now I want to see if this will work. Of course not. Well, that's going to be a pain later. So now just give me that. And I have no idea if this is a big structure or not. So I'll actually just come back here, throw that down. Shape invalid. Yeah, I have a feeling this is a big thing. Maybe I need all of these blocks in my inventory? Only one real way to find out. And I hope once I place this down, I was hoping it was gonna auto place everything. That's not what I wanted. Please tell me there's a way to automate the placing of these things. Our next episode is gonna suck so bad. Maybe will I need my configurator? I know all other modern industrialized machines need it. So maybe? Yes! Thank you! Oh, that's a big structure. Is there a way to auto place stuff, please? Items? Place? Come on. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to auto place these. Is there a way to do layered mode? Not really looking like it. Oh, is there not a way to like keep this active when I have other things in my hand? Not looking like it. Well, let's hope this doesn't take too long. There we go. The only thing we're missing is the center pedestal. And it does say these jars are wrong, but I'm guessing that's just because they have no liquids in them, because there is no other jars that go there. But back to the pedestal. We need to get this thing transformed into this, which is done using this mixture made with slime balls, iron, clay balls, and wax, which is just made with slime and then our honey balls. Then a lodestone made with chisel stone bricks and netherite. And once it's all added into our forge. We can just give them a little whack again, and that'll be our mixture. That can just be shift right clicked onto there. And I want to say that is our altar. Shape invalid. Excuse me, sir. No, it is not. These are correct, as we can see by the little tiny jar there. Maybe do we have to right click this block? Okay, that's spinning. Now are you gonna work? No. Why aren't you gonna work? Everything is correct except for these. But those are the correct item. And they show up empty. I don't think anything else would go there. Unless it's just a regular jar. Well, let's try them. Nope, that's not it either. Do these have to be full? Because I genuinely don't know what else it could be. Ah, okay, we need the Aureal bottles, which is arcane crystal dust and potions of regen. I'm pretty sure we have those. Yes, we do. So we can go ahead and make a few of these. And then once we place all of these down, all I need to do is right click on these. And that will remove all the red blocks. Meaning, shape valid! Finally! But we're still not done yet. Because I'm gonna need a runic energy input hatch made with the energy laser relay. And oh my gosh, those are items I've never seen before. This crystal made with an atomic reconstructor. This is getting so complicated. Please tell me this thing's easy to make. Iron, redstone, and iron casing. What are you? Black quartz. I definitely don't have any of that, but it is just a random ore. So I hope our digital miner will find it. I'm just not sure if it's going to be in these chunks. No. So let's go into our mining dimension and let us load some new ones. Start. Yeah, there we go. That's plenty. So I can make the casing and the reconstructor. Oh, and we are given a book for this. How do we use you? Getting started. Where's the fun in using books? We don't need that. Redstone mode deactivation. Hold the redstone torch to toggle. Well, let's give you power first. No lens. Oh, what did you do? You're doing something. Oh, yeah, hello. That's what you're doing. Does that mean I can make the crystal? Hopefully. Throw that there, and there we go. This is a fairly simple machine. Now an advanced coil. Gold nuggets, basic coil, made like that. Okay, toggle it yourself. Thank you. Now all we need to do is throw it into our forge and our energy input. Now we need an item input hatch. It is the exact same recipe, just an item laser relay with a fluid one put through the atomic reconstructor, which is an energy one put through the atomic reconstructor. And I'm imagining the item output will just be another item laser relay. And then the fluid ones will just be the fluid laser relay. That is so simple. And then with those, all we have to do is remove these blocks. Oh wait, no, it's these blocks. Those can go back, and then the input can go there, output there. And we can do the fluid input. Well, actually, I don't think this one needs a fluid input. I made those for nothing. But the energy, we definitely need an energy buffer. So I'll throw that right here. Wow, that stores a lot of power. Good thing we have a ton of it. I'm sure we can use these somewhere else. And so all I'll need is my concrete and our powder, which, to keep it simple, I will just throw down a wireless connector into an advanced pattern provider. And then all we needed is the pattern and the provider. So now if I click this, I hope it'll take it all. And why aren't you doing anything? You have everything you need. Oh, you need this. You have the 2000 power, but we need to put in some upgrades for the processing. And for that, we're going to need these runic attune arcane crystals, which get a little complicated because of these. They need the ender resonator, which isn't complicated at all. However, the filled soul vial, which that is kind of complicated because you need a broken witch spawner, empty soul vials, a soul, and then you need liquefied source, experience, and then a runic enchanter, which is a whole brand new thing itself. Thankfully, we built all of this stuff before. Oh, wait, no, we don't need the runic enchanter for this. We can just use witches for it. Just kind of like how we did the creeper before our wither blew everything up. And the easiest place to find those would be in the other at one of these structures. because there are a few spawners that spawn witches. So give me the swab, and that's all we needed. Now just 1 bucket of XP to get our feed, and then I've already captured myself a chicken to get our spawn egg from. And I know where another free spawner would be that we can just convert on over. Then all I should have to do is create these empty soul vials, which I believe I can then just right click onto every single witch and they'll become full. And then all we need is the Ender Resonator. And I have all the pieces except the Enderman head, but luckily with the Enderman data module, I can actually go ahead and select the head, unlike the zombie for some reason. And then I'll just speed that up, get a ton of those, and then switch that back over. So now with the pattern, I can add it to our provider and I can autocraft them. Okay, I don't think there is, but is there a better upgrade than the octadic capacitor? I'm really not too sure because that would be very helpful. But anyways, let's just grab our vials out and then we just need a soul binder. And I'll just throw that right there. And we need another octadic capacitor. Will these things work? Probably not. Oh, they do. That stores a lot of power. How do I get XP into you though? So we can throw those directly in. It says we'll need 4 buckets, but I genuinely don't know how to get XP in. Actually, I wonder, because we have 3,297 levels continuously going up because of our mob farm here. If I take away that pipe and then just use a regular importer for experience, and I'm not sure which one it would be, will it store? Yes, it will. And then we can just see if it will automatically take the XP. But that's going pretty slow. So give me one of these. And I do like how it gives the soul vials back. Well, at least that's a little faster. Oh, and it gave 2. Is that just a rare chance thing? Or did I just not take it out? I think I just didn't take it out. So now I believe I should have everything to make our crystal. What am I missing? Ah, souls. That's an easy fix. And bing. Give me one of you. And I actually think I'll need 3 of these. So I really hope this is all we need to be able to craft the Patrick Star. And there it is. And even though it says it's still locked, that's only because it hasn't been updated just yet to reflect this new block. But now I should be able to do the star. Oh, wait, no, we need the Awaken Unobtainium. Oh, that's actually not too bad. I believe we have everything for that. 1920 EUT, and we have 2,000. So we'll just need the pattern for it, and we should be able to make 2, which will work perfectly. So please tell me now we're good to go. Please. Oh, what are we missing? 2815 2. 2815 2. Do I just need to select the recipe? Yep. And we're crafting our first Solomon star. We did it. That's everything I wanted to do now complete, which means we're ready for the next episode and you won't want to miss it because we're about to do something nobody has ever done across ATM 1 all the way to 10. It's going to get insane. So if you guys don't want to miss that, like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell to be notified every single time I upload. Also join my Discord down in the description below. All my live streams and videos get posted in there, and there will most certainly be a few live streams between this episode and the next one, because there's a lot of grinding to do. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.